Sorry, I'm just putting that cake in the oven. We'll have that later. Great to have your company. Sunday tea time, or is it dinner time? That's the big debate, isn't it? Or is it supper? It is great to have your company, of course. This is a one-day special that we launch here on the craft store every day at 6 p.m. It's a limited offer for 24 hours. At 6 o'clock tomorrow night, if we have any stock left, the price is going back up. Have you seen the price? With your eyes. This is a half-price deal. It is a fabulous deal as well. Right, if you are new to us here at the craft store, if we've got viewers come over to see us from Create and Craft, welcome. We are underneath the one umbrella now, Create and Craft and the craft store working together. And because of that, you'll be seeing some new faces on our channel. You'll be seeing some old favourites as well, and we're really excited. I hope you're going to be excited as well. So if there's anything you want to know about how we work, anything you want to know about FlexiBuy, we'll try and tell you throughout the show, but of course you can email in. It is studio@thecraftstore.com, and we'd love to hear from you. We'll say hello to you as well, so that's really nice. Can I say hello to our lovely guest? We've got our Lou Withers.
Hey.
No, that's her name, Lou Withers.
Lou Withers, yeah. Withers is Withers.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry, Lou.
Absolutely. Do you know what? There's some people you mind saying it, and there's other people you don't mind, and you're one of the I don't mind.
Do you not mind?
No, because
Well,
you're
listen,
my mate.
I say Lou Withers to my dog Millie, and she gets so excited. She runs around the room, and she just. I'll put a video on.
She does. Lou Withers. I think she's going for the work.
I go Lou Withers, and she's like, yeah. So I'm the same as well. When people come in and say we've got Lou Withers, I'm running around with tails wagging. Anyway, Lou, it's a half-price deal, isn't it incredible?
It's a bit mad, that, isn't it? I mean, I think you're saving it. Is it just under what you're paying?
Well, it's an incredible deal.
Oh,
do you know
wow.
what? It gets even better because £20.89 is all we want at the moment. I know. That's FlexiBuy. It's no credit agreements, no credit cards. Anyone can have FlexiBuy. It's really easy to buy. If you want to pay £41.78, go ahead and do it. You're more than welcome to do so. Maybe that's how your budget works. But if you just want to pay half of that this month and half in a month's time, then you can do as well. And it's going to be dispatched on the 25th of January because it's coming from Holland. So, Lou, what do we get in the kit?
Well, it's Jenine, and Jenine in Holland is really well known in Europe as well. And we're so lucky now that we're getting more and more crafters from Europe.
Yep.
And Jenine is one of them, and she's so popular. And this is one of her mindful collections because she does it really well. She creates a whole collection with studio light based on all the elements you could do your journaling, your card making, scrapbooking, and she rolls it all into one and then does a really good deal like this as well. But yeah, she's very, very, very mindful. Yeah. Very, very nice work.
Now, this alphabet stencil is amazing.
Very much.
Because with this, you can, of course, use it as a stencil, and then when you've stenciled it all out in one go, just like that, for example, you can then cut out all the individual elements if you want to and do something quite trendy with it like that. You could also just stencil through certain words or certain letters, should I say, which would also be fantastic. You've got the uppercase, you've got the lowercase, you've also got the other things there, ordinals, under punctuations, and then you've got your letters, no, your numbers, Janice, come on, get a grip. You've got your numbers in there as well. So that's just one element that you've got in there. Your next stencil that you've got is your mandala. A beautiful stencil, Lou.
Yeah.
And I know that you've taken some vintage ink and just blended it through the stencil.
I just wanted to, because I know it's great TV, it's pictures and stuff, but till you actually see it through onto a piece of paper, it doesn't look really the same.
Now, this stencil leaves the white on the paper and you put the ink around the outside rather than inking within the detail of the stencil. So it's like a mask. It's one of those debates like tea time and supper, a mask or a stencil. But that's the kind of results you're going to get.
But you can ink the mask though and leave the mask.
Yeah.
You know, impression, so you can do both with it. But
could do. Yeah, definitely. Then on top of that, because there is more, it's a fabulous deal. You have got a second alphabet. Now your second alphabet. Let me just pick this one. It's a different font, a little bit like. What were those things? Because I did a little bit like a typewriter, but I'm thinking more of those ones at school that you used to use.
Do you remember them stencils? You used to have to join up the middle bits to make it look like a full letter.
Yeah, that's the one. And that was like when we used to put it on our drawers as well, Janice's drawers.
Yeah. Oh, wow, yeah. Yeah. Right, yeah. My name was great because I used to put it on the toilet door. Lou.
Lou. Yeah, Lou. Lou draws. And Lou does draw. She's an artist. She's fabulous. So that is your second stencil for your alphabet. But there's more, there's more, there's more. You've got stamps in the set as well. Now, you've got 3 stamp sets, and they're beautiful as well. So you've got some leaves on there. You've got some butterflies that have got some fabulous detail in as well, which will look great either in a silhouette or whether you stamp them out and then colour them as well. You've got your dies in there. So you've got your dies. Is that a flute, Lou?
It is. At one point, when I was looking at it, I thought it was a belt. And I was just like, I don't get that. But I used it, you can use it like that, but actually it's a flute with it being like the music and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is.
Love that. So you've got your flute in there. You've also got your music, your musical score.
Oh, so handy that.
Is that an actual song? La musique des printemps.
That's spring.
The music of the printemps.
Printemps, isn't that spring?
Is it?
Oh, I don't know. My French is very limited.
Well, en Provence.
If you look at the bloopers, you'll know that.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
So that looks like it's the music of the spring. To me, that's just going do 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 do.
I think it is a bit like that, isn't it? That's chopsticks or whatever it is.
Whatever.
Oh no, that's deliverance. Sorry, that's
so
another
alongside that, you've got your die cut blocks.
Yeah.
You've got your die cut blocks, which are 8x8 paper pad is included as well. And I do have one here to show you. Yes, I do. I diddly do. Right, so going through this, let's just... first of all, you can use the front cover, as always, because you've got those great designs on there. Now, that is beautiful, isn't it?
It's beautiful. And if you don't want to ink or you don't want to add anything, it's already done for you. But the paper's uncoated, so it means you can add to it. But these are really, really... non-gender specific, non-item specific. You can do anything you want with these.
Yeah, what's that say?
Titus.
Right, that's what I thought it said. That's what.
Well, it might be, but it's Titus, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's like wallpapering if you do dolls' houses and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. Great for backgrounds, great for using in your die cutting machines. Oh, it's absolutely fabulous. And this is included as well with this one-day special. And then on top of that, fancy doing a bit of journaling? You've got a journal. It's a lovely little journal because when you open it up as well, you've got 3 pads of paper inside. So you've got your craft paper in there. You've got 5 of those. You've got the black. So you've got 5 of those. And then you've got 15 of the white in there as well. And they are 300 GSM. So that's a nice little... journal to get you started off with. That goes around that way, so you can start stamping in there using your stencils, but over 10% of the stock has gone of your one-day special. Now, they're not available individually, these items. It is a phenomenal saving for the whole set, just £20.89 today. 267753 is your item number. Now, we've got a happy hour deal for you. If you add this to your one-day special, you only have to pay half the price today and half the price in a month's time because you've already opened up your flexi buy. You've got a £7 saving on here just for this hour, £12.99, or it could be £6.50 today, £6.50 in a month's time. And in there again, you have your 3 different papers in there. So you've got your black, you've got your craft card, and then you've got your white in there as well. So you can use your different techniques on all of these. And I think it's a good idea to pop this into your basket because I'm being told we're extremely busy. £12.99 204 937 is your item number. Now let's head to the website because we're very busy at the moment and I want you to see what else we've got. Just in case you're a new viewer to us here at the craft store, we've got lots of papers. We've got rice papers, we've got 12x12s, we've got stencils available for you, we've got paper packs available for you, as well as those journals, that happy hour deal that's very busy. So that's how you can add anything to your basket. And of course, if you've divided the cost into 2 payments with your flexi buy, you can add other items and divide the cost of that into 2. It's a great way to buy from us. And if you're a Freedom member, there's no P&P to pay. Become a Freedom member today, £7.67 per month, or is it £6.97 a month, sorry. Your Freedom membership will start today. Take advantage of that. You won't be paying any P&P. It's a great deal. So, your one-day special, busy, busy, busy. Let's see it in action. Lou, what we're going to have a look at?
Well, I was messing around, as you do. Well, I call it messing around. And then I sort of got lost in all the different things, so I've got lots of things, different things prepped. But I just wanted to show you that this page, right, somebody thought it had finished, and all I did was glued that down and put a bit of green paint on it.
That looks fabulous.
And that is just some of the papers that you can get. So if you don't want to do a lot of work, the papers in the pack, you just put them on straight away. And this is such a cool size. It really is, because you could take it with you.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that it's not overpowering. Sometimes you get a massive page and you're like, I'm not going to go there. But to me, the only problem with this is that you fill it up too quick. But that's not an issue, though. But I love the fact that you get the different pages.
Yeah, so you can try different techniques, Lou.
It is, and normally that's just sort of concentrated on the more expensive, bigger sizes, but to get it in the little ones. So anyway, that's paint coming up. Oh, I did my shoes, you see, so sorry.
Oh, you painted your shoes, didn't you?
Yeah, with some paint, yeah. So I was sort of like blinding everybody going to matches today. Anyway, so I did all sorts ready to show you. The stamp on black as a background, and then I did some drawings. So, first of all, I wanted to show you that I found this stamp. Right, I can't believe that I spent hours doing it, but I can, because you think you're not getting a lot of stamps, and you're getting this one, and this one, and then this one, and the amount of stuff I did with them three.
Really?
Absolutely stunning.
But they're lovely designs,
They
Lou.
are. And that's so useful in everything. This is great for backgrounds and creating frames. And this one I love because it just fits in with the papers. And I'll just show you. All I did was I took the colours and tried it on different mediums just to show you. And all this is just that stamp done with pencils. And I just thought, how nice could you just do, like, if you did this and we could put these in here, like recipe cards.
True, that's a good idea.
You know, and wipe clean, then a tag, top and bottom, and just a little bit in here.
So have you stamped those and then coloured them in with pencils?
Yeah.
Wow.
So easy to do. And then this is a bit. Now, I wanted to try this on different paper because I wanted to give you a really good idea of how the stamps look. But they're absolutely beautiful to use. So I thought, let's try a little bit of everything, because I've even got the prints I did so that we could use this as a background, because this goes with the text and the music. And I've also got, so it was very, very inspiring. So I'm going to do a really simple, quick card. Don't blink. Don't blink, because you might miss it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my big ink. Where's it gone? Do you know, I keep trying not to be tidy, guys, and it don't work, does it? Because every time I'm tidy, I mess it all up.
You keep trying to be not tidy, or you keep trying to be
tidy?
No,
I keep trying to be tidy, and then I lose everything. Now, I've put this on here. I'm not worried about it hanging off of that, because I want it as a really soft background. Okay. So I'm using old paper, and I'm just going to create a simple background. I want it to look vintage. I want it to look more like a ledger, and I want to be able to do wham bam, thank you ma'am, I've got a load done. Because if you're doing it as a quick card, or as maybe if you're doing a charity or anything like that, what you don't want to do is spend hours on one. You need to be able to make them and go. So I've only stamped that bit, and this time I'm just going to change the direction, and then that way, if you mess it up, it don't matter, because you can't tell. So I'm using old paper. There's a reason I've used old paper, and that's because predominantly, if you look at the papers in the pad and everything else, and the beautiful die-cut block, it's predominantly greens. So I wanted to make sure that everything I used worked with it. And most of us have got these ink pads. If you haven't, just use a little bit of paint that you've got. Anything. You don't need to have everything I've got
here. I do need to tell everybody that 20% of the stock has gone, Lou. 20% of the stock has gone.
It's a very good deal.
Yeah, of your one-day special. £41.78, that huge saving of £41.79. I know, it's brilliant, isn't it? What a great day to join us here at the craft store. 267753 is your item number. You can buy this on FlexiBuy. FlexiBuy is open to anyone. No credit card checks. You don't have to be a club member or anything like that. So any new viewers that we have from Create and Craft, now we're all under the same umbrella. It's absolutely fine. You can purchase on FlexiBuy. You just tick a box on the website. It's all you need to do, or we'll suggest that to you when you give us a call on the telephone number, and the girls and guys upstairs, if they're upstairs, will answer your calls, and some of them are working from home, so you'll be able to talk to them in that way. So £41.78, but divide that cost into 2 payments, and you get your stamps, your stencils, you get your fabulous book, you get your journal as well. I do need to remind you of your happy hour deal. Lots of you are adding this to your basket. Now, a quarter of the stock is gone. In this journal, I've got one here that I'll open up for you. In this journal, you've got your 3 different card stocks that you can see just there. So you've got your white, your black and your craft card stocks. You can do all your different techniques. It's a fabulous journal. Lots of people going for this in addition to the one-day special, because you can divide the cost of this into 2 payments. So it's only, what, £6.50 today? £6.50 in a month's time. Or if you just want to go for this as an extra, maybe you just want to buy this and this only, that's fine. Maybe you want to buy a couple, because that will make a great gift throughout the year. £12.99, 204 937. Let's head back to Lou.
All I'm doing now is I've got one of the stamps from the, curly whirlies I call them, sorry, curlicues. And if you sort of look at this, you don't always notice detail. And on the detail here, you can see the olives are on this branch as well. And we've got these curlicues and we've got other branches here. But I'm just going to go over the top. So I'm just putting a mask very sort of lightly there. I don't want to create sort of a very, very sort of strict line. I just want to create a background. So I'm just using a piece of card. Now, we'll use this card later on. So, you know, I'm not worried about how much stamping I put on it. But I just want to create a nice little border by using the same colour, but just actually I'll close that because I know I'll get it all over, but just creating a soft border by having the 2 colours together. So one time you might see the flourish and the other time you might see the music score. But these are so useful as you know, what do they call them? Workers. You get this, and more often than not, you'll find that these sort of stamps like this and like the music are on your worktop all the time. So you can see there, it's very hard to see, I hope you can see it. It's just a very simple colour there, colour on the top, and it's like colour on colour. And then all you can do, if you need to, you can go into your colour block like that, but I'm going to just get another piece of card, very simple. And all I'm going to do is just measure out. I know it's only that much. That's very accurate, isn't it? Very accurate. And I'm just going to put in these. Now, these are olives. I think I was on the interface net, whatever it's called, last night. And I'm like, I'm sure they're olives. And
they're olives.
Yeah, they are out there. And I was like,
do you know what?
I'm not a lover of olives, you see, so.
Hang on. I don't know whether they are. I think that they're olives because it looks like the olive leaf. Yeah. But they could also be your sloe berries.
Oh, right, okay.
Could be.
Well, we sort of settled on olives and we thought, oh, yeah, they look like olives with a little bit of colour on them. So all I wanted to do was just put a little bit there, and if you've got sentiments or the music one as well, I am just going to literally I said it was going to be a quick card. I told you not to breathe, you'd miss it. So
I mean, please do breathe.
Oh yes, that was a bit
that is just
madness,
a kind of a saying. Please do breathe at home and breathe a lot.
What I meant was, because I'm just going to be dead quick. So I'm just going to pull this off and show you.
Yeah, don't hyperventilate. I don't mean it in that way, Lou.
We don't want that now. We've all come together and have in an happy family. We don't want any of that. So all I'm going to do is just lift out a tiny bit of the colour from both ink pads. So I've got the espresso. I think it's espresso. Yeah, and the old paper. And again, 2 colours. I don't need much more. And I'm just going to cut. Now, this is just random paper. I can't tell you what it is because I haven't got a clue. But I just wanted to show you that you don't really need to have lots of expensive stuff to create a really, really nice, beautiful journal page, craft, you know, scrapbook page if it's bigger. And I really like the idea of just simply using the products and just showing how good they are. Now, I'm hoping that people may forgive me for not having the proper colour for these olives, but I don't think so.
That's a really nice composition, the way that you've put them on there. And I like the way, and this is something that you've taught me, Lou, that going off the paper is good.
Oh, yeah. Because otherwise it gets a little bit, what we call, a bit too contrived.
Yes.
And you end up and you think, oh, hang on, that's it's just stuck in middle or stuck round it. And it's not like that. You need a little bit of artistic sort of work on it. I've just added a little bit of the oxide to the brown. Now bear in mind that the espresso will colour this anyway, but it's a very soft colour. You don't have to do them all, and you could just put a little bit of colour on. And the idea is just to show you that 2 stamps, a little piece of card that we've made, and we've made such a nice little composition. There we go. I'm not going to do too much more. I mean, you could, if you wanted to, go for it and colour them in like this, which will show you.
Nice.
So, I mean, I could put, you know, something like that on it. Let's go for this. I'll show you either or. So, we could do that, or we could just cut that out and have it as a, let me just move that, and have that as the card itself with a little sentiment there. So I can show you either or. Now, you can cut these out. Excuse me while I get my scissors, sorry. I'll just chop this out. And you can just have, this could be a generic card, and then you use, if you've got sentiments at home that you really want to use, like it could be specific for that occasion or anything like that, then that makes sense that you use those. I'm terrible with scissors, but if I just show you that, I'll put that on there and then I'll cut this one up just to show you the difference. Now, as Janice said, I went off the side just to show you that the composition can be as simple off the card or on the card. So this is one that we did with the colours.
Oh, that looks terrific.
So it's really simple, and you saw how easy it was. But when that's dry, I could go in with a pen and pencil and add some more, and then we could use this one with the colours. But what we do need to do is bring the two together, and the way you can do that is either, I'll show you on that one, on this one. Just going to make this a little bit more aged, and all I'm going to do is I'm putting the ink on the edge. Now normally we'd keep it to the edge so it doesn't really sort of migrate up here, but I want it to. So I put the ink on there, and then you get a clean brush, and all you do is just wet the edge and let the ink sort of creep up the page, and it does it on its own. I love that.
And then that gives you that sort of like old rustic vintage look, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, because more often than not, when I'm trying to edge my cards with look like that, it goes like that. So if I just do that, it doesn't really matter now. It all looks like I've done it on purpose. So that's, to me, when you find these little cheats, it's great to show people, because otherwise that's really off-putting. If you've made this wonderful card and then you suddenly think, oh, I've just blobbed it all over. You know, these little tricks show you that actually it finishes the card off properly.
Yeah, it does.
So just going to add a little bit there.
You could also use the edges of your card, Lou, do you think, to mop up any, like, you know, if you've got some ink on your glass mat, you could just do that as well.
Absolutely, I'll just do just the edge, like Janice was saying. It's so nice. Yeah, you could just use that and have that running through, and you're not hardly it. And actually, it doesn't really look like you've got anything on it until you put it against that, and that's when the dark comes out.
Look at that.
So
I love that.
You could do, and the other thing I thought you could do is maybe if you've got the olive and you just stamp it or cut it out even, and then have it over and have it as like the piece that holds it down.
Yeah, I like that.
Just like a little, like
What a great idea.
Yeah, so it's really quick and really simple.
What a beautiful card that is. Some great techniques in there. Oh, Lou, you're fabulous. Now, over a quarter of the one-day special stock has gone, and it's 24 minutes past 6 o'clock, so very, very busy. It's wonderful to have your company tonight. It's wonderful to bring you such a great deal. It's a 24-hour deal, but I've got a sneaky chance that this could sell out before the top of midnight tonight, but I don't know. We'll have to see. 267753 is your item number. It's £41.78, but you can divide the cost into two on a flexi-buy payment and still take advantage of that great saving. Everything is going to be dispatched on the 25th of January. 267753 is your item number. Your happy hour deal, we're busy. A third of the stock has gone of this. So you've got your fantastic journal and you've got your 3 different pages or 3 different style of paper in there. You've got your craft paper, your black paper and your white paper. I'm just going to open this up to show you. So there you go. So you've got your white, depends which way you put these. You can have the white first, your black first, your craft first. They're 300 GSM, but you can see you've got something to do lots of different techniques onto. Love that. Fan and Davido's there. Right, now, don't be alarmed if I suddenly go really short. Yeah. To be 6 foot. Yeah, I've always wanted to be this tall forever, but I can't.
I'm the right size for being 6 foot now.
Don't be alarmed. We've got some rice papers for you. These are beautiful. Look at the tones, look at the colours that you've got in here. They're A4 in size and they're from the same range as the one-day special. So they're going to match, aren't they? We've got some lovely images here. You've got 12 images and 12 different designs. Rice papers are great. If you've never used them before, just being able to tear into these, whether you use a brush with water to make it easy for you to tear into, you can see there, if I turn that upside down, the fibres, the way they work in the rice paper. And then you get your decoupage medium. You can stick it to, I don't know, it could be wood, it could be glass, for example, and you can have so much fun. I have used decoupage papers to upcycle furniture. I've used it to repurpose a tray that I had, repurpose a nice little bowl as well. So these really are beautiful. And you can also use them on your cards as well. £15.88. 039317 is your item number. Right, we've got some 12 by 12 papers now. Oh, these are beautiful. They've got everything I love, everything I love. You've got your roses, you've got your butterflies, you've got your kingfisher in there, you've got your lovely country images as well. And these are absolutely fabulous, they really are. Now, if I just take the ones from the bottom, if I may, and leave those so beautifully fanned out for you. Steady. I can take you through the designs here. So, with the designs you'll see here, you could use this as scrapbooking paper, as in you could add things to it. So you could take advantage of the space that's in there and start adding different designs to it. You can also cut out different elements as well and add those to your projects. Maybe cut out this bit and add that to a project, cut out that bit and add that to a particular project. That reminds me of the stairway going from Wells next to the sea beach into the woods. That is beautiful, that is gorgeous. Out on the Norfolk coast. Turn that around. You've got some more elements again that you can build onto or you can cut out, which is absolutely fantastic. Here is another beautiful design here. Look at that. So you've got a lovely countryside walk here. You've got the lovely fence. Who knows who you're going to meet on that country walk just around the corner. You might have little Roger waiting for you behind the bush. Roger, well, it's not. How do
you know it's called Roger? Is it a robin or something?
It could be. Roger is Katie's horse. He lives in a field.
Oh, I see.
So,
oh, of course.
When I said you've got a little Roger waiting for you behind the bush, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah, you've got to know who Roger is, haven't you, really?
Yeah, you certainly have. I am sorry.
That could be very dodgy,
it's a Sunday. I'll apologise for myself. Right, we've got this lovely path here. Can you see that just leading into? And then we've got some wonderful images. You've got your mandala at the top as well. So we'll turn that back round. That's one way you're going to meet Roger, behind the bush. This is my favourite. This is my favourite. These beautiful roses here. Now they tell a story, don't they? They're excellent. Then you've got the lovely blue in there as well. You know, if you were just to take this maybe and just, you know, pop it on your wall or maybe pop it onto the back, of a tray.
Oh, yes.
And use your decoupage glue, that would be, yeah, very much tray bottom.
Oh, you're getting worse, you. I do love you, though. You are awful, but I love you.
I thought about that before my producer and director said it in my ear. Right, now, what's this camera, Lou, what's this camera called? The old camera, there's a name for it. It's a brown box, isn't it?
Is it a box brownie? Or that's the cantilever one, though, isn't it? That was like the one that they'd have a big, like, saucer with a light on
like
it.
The bottom.
Take your eyes out, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, that's that. And then you've got your letters at the bottom. And then look at that. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? These are terrific. 12 by 12 papers. And you're probably thinking, well, where's that kingfisher you were talking about, Janice? Where is he? Well, he is just there. Yeah, there he is. There he is. So you've got a whole host of different papers as well in that particular collection because we have got... I'm not going to take all these off, but what I'll do is I'll just pick this up because you've got lots of different... Yeah, can I just take
It's
all
in
that?
the book as well, so you've got a decoupage of them in there.
Yeah, let's do it like this, and then I can show you these. This is cool. Let's get these the right way. There you go. So we've got more stairs going up there, and you've got the lovely forest. Those are your olive trees in the background, so again, will work perfectly with your stamps that you're getting in your one-day special. Love that as well, that vintage vibe look. I bet they're real letters. I bet they're real letters. You wait till you get them home and you start to read all those different letters. There are your card toppers. That's similar to what Lou did, you see. You can do that. You can start framing and then putting the olives into the frame as well. You've got a page from a ledger there, which looks absolutely brilliant. And here we go. Here's that kingfisher with your butterflies, all the different elements that you can fussy cut around. So you can cut around those and then look at that. Absolutely sensational. What a magnificent 12 by 12 paper kit, and you've got 12 sheets in total. 935984 is your item number, £9.99. Watch out, there's a Roger about. Lou?
Yeah. Right, okay. If people have not seen this rice paper before, it has got a very, very thin coating on the front, and the only reason that is to just give it a little bit more strength. So when you're cutting rice paper, I tend to not cut it, I tend to feather it, and the way I do that is to just wet round it so that the fibres are freed. So I'll just show you how I'm going to do this now. On one of the papers we've got some beautiful butterflies which actually work really well hand in hand with the butterfly stamp. So just rip them out like that. You can, once you've wet them, once you've wet the fibres, you can just pull the pieces out that you want. I'm just going to use a few more, and I would not throw any of these away because even these little bits here are what I've made these cards with, so it's all really important to keep. So can I just say though, you've got one of the my favourites journals on, the long ones, because mine's full over there, but I'm not going to get it yet.
Why do you like it, Lou?
I like the size of it because...
Do you?
Yeah, because... Is
that the happy hour deal?
Yeah. It's because I love squares, but then again, I love this size. It's bigger than A5. I just think it reminds me of a letter or an old ledger.
Yeah, I know what you mean, actually.
Yeah, it's not too big, but it's not too small. And it's got a great cardboard covering so that you can decorate it yourself. It's just a really nice size. The next size I like is the bigger one I've got. Yeah. But this and this one go together. They're perfect. But I love this size. Perfect.
Happy hour deal, £12.99, going very, very quickly because it's only for this hour, you see. Wow. 204937 is your item number. Right. You got me into journaling, Lou.
Well, it is addictive, isn't it? But I just saw how sort of wonderful you were doing with your photographs as well, and I'm just like, wow, you know, journaling as well with that. Yeah. Absolutely stunning. So what I've done, got all these like little bits cut out, but as Janice said, this is great because there's no edges on these. So if you sand them, let me just show you, if you sand the edges down, it's very hard to see the edges like bluntly cut.
Can you show that to camera number one?
Yeah, sure.
It's like a dating show, camera number one.
So you can see now I've managed to sort of put all the paints in. So you could see this edge because it's darker, but the other edges are quite hard to see. So I think, you know, all these little bits where you've torn them off, they make great collage sheets. So I've got my paper, my favourite paper. I've got my matte medium, and I'm just going to put a little bit of layer on this. Now, there's two sides to this paper. There's more of a sort of textured side and a thinner side, not thinner side, a smoother side. So you could choose whichever. So I've got this like the hydrangea one from one sheet with the kingfisher on. So I sort of picked a little bit off here, and this would sit with it. But I just thought it's so nice that the butterflies would go with it. And then what I would do is grab the butterflies from the stamp collection and make like a little journal page. But we need to make these come together, and that's a way of really simple. All we have to do is think about colour. I think about blending between these colours and the white paper. That might sound a little bit scary, but it's really not. So I'm picking up a little bit, it looks like a mucky colour. It doesn't matter because it ages it. So I'm picking up a little bit.
And that's okay to you. So with your medium, Lou, is that water-based, your medium? So you can use like watercolours even with it?
Well, this is it. I'll show you now. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
This is really interesting.
Now, when you're putting rice paper on, the important thing is to start from the middle and work out, a bit like wallpapering or anything.
Got you.
You press out the area from the middle and smooth out. Now, I tend to use, this is quite strong, this. I tend to go out that way, and the reason for that is I push the fibres out that way, so I'm not overlapping them, because it's only when you start to overlap them that you start to get a real edge to them. It's like, if you think of you creating an edge like that rather than that.
Right,
so,
here's a question then, Lou.
Yeah.
So you're still putting medium onto your brush, going over it, so that's underneath and on top of it as well. And
it's
not too much?
No, you don't need a lot. I'm always just damping my brush down. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because I want the layer. It's only a thin matte medium, and it is a matte medium. It's not a gloss. And the reason for that is because I want to be able to coat on the top. So I've got this little piece here, which is in the corner. Oh, and if you've not seen Studio Light before, because now obviously we've, you know, can't believe it, we're all together. It's brilliant with Create and Craft. It's wonderful, isn't it? Always keep these here. These are like little print markings, but these are fantastic for you to keep an idea of what colour goes with what. So if you're a bit unsure and you think, well, what colour do I go with this? Because it's yellow, it's blue. It shows you down here.
Perfect.
This yellow and this green has made all these blues. So don't be worried about that either. It really does help. So,
and that's also on your 12 by 12s, Lou, as well.
It's on all of them,
you've got, and your 8 by 8, so you've got that information all the way through. So as Lou said, you can start to match up perfectly. And this is such a terrific way of using those rice papers. So
leave them off. You can fold them over. I tend to not, because I tend to leave them like that, let them dry. I just make sure that they're off the side, let them dry, and then rip them off later. So I've got that there, I've got these here, but I want to bring this colour in to match. And the way you do it is, there's a little trick, as well. I want to make these stand out a little bit more. So the trick to that is, you take a tiny bit of white paint, and you put white paint with the glue, the medium, on the back of the rice paper, and it makes it a bit more opaque, the colour. So that's how you do it. Yep, you can make it stand out a little bit. You don't want, if you put too much on, you see now it stands out pretty strong, whereas before it sort of melts into the background. So if I put that on there, it hasn't lost the intensity. Yeah, got you. Love that. It's really easy to do. Keep using your gel medium. At the moment, that card that you're just brushing on now, it almost looks like a pathway in a garden where you've got the beds and then you've got that lovely white sandy cotton stone running through it. Yeah, it's like Cotswold stone, isn't it? That's what I was trying to say. So now I've got the white. You can see on the white, I'm just sort of tickling out the edges there, and that is really just to blend it in. Now I've got all these spaces here, so anybody, if you've got these or if you've got others, we know the colours in Studio Light, so I know all these colours are going to go with it. All you need to do is wet down your watercolours. If it's easier with watercolours, I must say, because if you start to use acrylics, you've got less time to work. Yeah. So all you do with your watercolour, I know these are huge. These are huge. Everybody loves these because the colours are so pigmented, and because they use them in a lot of the work they use for the printing. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of the green. That's a bit bright, but we've got wonderful colours like pear and ochres and stuff like that, which really, it's hard to get in watercolours. You tend to get the same old colours in watercolours, whereas these are quite different. So I've got a little bit of green, a little bit, and I'm just going to bring in the edges over there. So hopefully what we're going to do is try, we won't make it go invisible because I don't want that, but I just want to sort of bring the edge. I'm going to put in a little bit more green, a little bit more brown. You don't have to do this. This is just in case you wanted it to look a little bit more together, or you know, whatever you want really. I just like to calm it down a little bit because that bright, the page, although I want it bright in some respects, some points when I'm working, it doesn't, I don't want it bright now.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to bring in these here. And you literally just dab what you want on and dab it off and take it off and keep doing that. It is a little bit more wet than I want, and a tiny bit of white, and I'm just going to go over all of it.
Now, Lou, if you do make it a little more moist than you wanted it to be,
yep.
Can you dry it off in between sessions?
Absolutely. What you can do is, because it's pretty strong, it's not a watercolour paper, it's a mixed medium paper, so it's like you can go for it. It stands a bit of abuse, does this, but I won't go too crazy with it, but it does, it is very, very strong. I'm going to get the stamps now just to bring in a little bit here. Okay. So I'm going to go in with the olive branch again. I'm going to use the espresso, or a dark green actually would look really nice. I'm going to use this again just to bring in, oh, would help if I move that.
Now this stamp is in your one-day special. It's a half-price deal. Well, it's kind of better than half price. It's amazing. £41.78 if you want to pay for it in one sitting. You're more than welcome to do so, but we've got something called FlexiBuy, which means you can split the cost into 2 payments. So you're splitting it in half again. £20.89 today, another £20.89 in a month's time, dispatching on the 25th of June because it's coming from the Netherlands. January, not June. That would be ridiculous. That would be a long way. That would be
a long way, wouldn't it?
You don't want to wait till the 25th
No,
of June.
I think that's a bit too much.
I think I'm going to see ABBA on the 25th of June. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, this is being dispatched on the 25th of January. Yes. The winner will take it all, and we will wait for the second payment. It's as easy as that. Sorry, looked like I was trying to wave a plane in. I was just amazed at the deal.
You would land in the plane.
Yes. Actually, 30% of the stock has gone. 30% of the stock has gone.
I'm not surprised because it is a very good, very, very good deal, this. Now, I know what I'm doing. I knew there was something else there. Right, so what I've done is I've stamped the olive on, which I can do like I did before, and I can bring some colour in. Now, the gel medium still allows me to do some work on it. It's a little bit bright, but you can, don't forget, it's all about, like I showed you with the pencils before, it's all about adding colour and then building it up. Yeah. So we're now not seeing as much of the paper, if that makes sense. Yes. We're actually seeing more of it as more cohesive. I'm just going to go in and just going to put in a little bit of white on the, and this could be gesso, it could be white paint, it could be your bleed-proof inks that we have. And it's just to give it that little bit more, and I'll, just add it where you need.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
And it's a really simple little journal page, but you could just do so much with this. And that
white on the butterflies is lovely. You've turned them into cabbage butterflies now, the white ones.
Yeah, because if I put a tiny bit of that with it, they are a really, really sort of, just put that on it.
Like a little bit of white and a little bit of yellow on there. Yeah. And they don't live very long, you know. I think they only live for 48 hours.
And their lifespan. Joe, I'm reading this book, right, about the subconscious and conscious mind. And do you know why your subconscious is so important? Apparently, from this author, I'm not saying this is true in any way, is that your subconscious operates your breathing, your heart and everything.
Yeah, well, you do that without thinking, do you? But when you start to think about that, then it starts to begin.
But do you know what I mean? Weird. It's like, yeah. So anyway, I've got this far here, but what you can do then, just to add a tiny bit, because it does remind me of a doily and little bits, not a lot, I don't mean like an antimacaster or anything quite that much, but a little bit of a doily on it. And then I did have a little I'll use one of my finger daubers. So you can choose the colour you want. I'm going to go with, I think I'll put in a little bit. I think orange would have worked with this, but I've not really got it here at the moment. So I've mixed.
Yeah, like the orange colour would have worked. That's, you've got some of that in the edging of your rice paper. But
I just thought there's a little bit of blue-green.
Oh, yeah.
Just going to put in a little bit of colour down here.
And this is a stencil, it's in your one day special. Yep. So your stencil, when you put it down, it's going to leave when you go over with your inks, it's going to leave that impression of that mandala. But Lou's just using part of that, and we're starting to build up this beautiful journal page. It could be the front cover of a journal, it could be a page of a journal, it could be a card, for example. But it's a lovely way of building up all of those images, and now it looks like some graphic designer has worked on this for days and days to put it all together on a computer and then print it out. This is what Lou has done with the one day special and the rice papers that we've got available for you on the show. This is fabulous, Lou.
You can see now how it's coming together, don't you? There's like, there's no, what you don't want is there's no one element that is overpowering. However, you could then, if you wanted to, you could put a tag on there, or you could put something else. You could even, if you wished, have a photograph. I mean, I'd cut that down a little bit, but even a photograph, and have that, see, that works with it.
Yep.
A sentiment. Or what you could do, which looks really beautiful, is your die cut block, is you get, I'm not using the Kingfisher because, it's like saving your best underwear. Get it out, get it worn.
Come on, get it out, Lou.
Do you know I do that? You know, I still
Pop
got
it
like
out, stick it on, show it off.
Best stuff, you know, that when I was a size 8, I'm not going to be that again, am I? So get them worn, you know, and there's only shoes. My feet aren't changed that much, but the rest of me is sort of like whatever. So I've got me, so get them out, get them used. So I'm going to use me that there.
See, that looks lovely.
But there's also got some rock. Found it. Normally I find it later on when I'm not looking for it.
What have you got?
I thought there was one here and I couldn't, you know when you're flicking through a paper pack and you think, oh, that'll work, and then it never worked, you can't find it again. I found it again. I just thought this works perfectly. So
is that your rhododendron?
Rhododendron, absolutely.
Yes.
So what you do though with this is just a little bit of a trick. You don't have to do it.
We've got 10 minutes left on the show, just to let everyone know at home, Lou.
Cool.
You're back at 8 o'clock tonight, so we'll continue with these fantastic demonstrations. Any questions or any demos or anything that you'd like to see, please email in. It's studio@thecraftstore.com. But the happy hour deal will not be back here at 8 o'clock tonight. We've got another happy hour deal at 8 o'clock tonight. But if you do want to get your journal, please pop it into your basket. What a great price, $12.99. This could be your first, you know, venture into journaling. You've got your white pages in there, you've got your craft card in there, you've got your black card in there as well. You've got your ring binder and all of that for $12.99. If you're going for that with your one day special, it's just £6.50. Yeah, there you go. It's a great deal. Fabulous. Right. You can have it that way or that way.
You've got some absolutely beautiful little butterflies, and if you missed the little bit, it's a little trick. You don't have to do it, but the colour that you've used in the background of your work, if you just flick round the edge, and I know you might not be able to see it now, but if I put it against that, you'll see that it's quite green. Well, that's what you want, because what's happening is I'm making the edge of that more in line with what's on there. It's only faint, only a tiny bit, but then I can have this anywhere three-dimensionally on here. And sometimes I just like to sort of cut a little edge in. You don't use scissors like this, it's wrong. But I just want to cut an edge in there just to show you that if you don't want things tied down, just cut a slot so that they can be 3D, especially for your journal pages.
Wow.
And then there's beautiful butterflies. Now I've chosen more of a blue one because I think that would work better on there. So I could have, you know, don't know whether that's about the right sizing and that, but we've got that left in the papers that we've used.
Yeah.
We've used one piece out of the little pack, we've got a butterfly out of it, and all the rest. But it doesn't look disjointed, it doesn't look like I've used loads of different
fabulous.
things.
And it looks 3D, with those butterflies just flying into the distance. That is absolutely fantastic. Your one-day special, I do need to tell you that almost a third of the stock has gone. It's a fabulous deal, it really is, and great designs as well that you can mix and match with your current stamps. We've got quality as well because it's coming to you from Studio Lights, and Janine's brand new, well not brand new, lovely fantastic deal that we've got for you. It's a new configuration, £20.89 today, and another $20.89 in a month's size. It's a half-price deal. You're getting your journal, that's included. You've got your 8x8, that's included. You've got your stencils, they are included. You have also got that wonderful mandala stencil, your other stencil for your alphabet, which is fabulous. You've got your die cut book, so you've got all those elements that Lou's been using as well. You've got your dies in there as well. That's your flute and that lovely musical flourish that you've got there. And then you've got your pages that you can cut out, and it looks like you've ripped a page out of your diary. You've got those dies as well. You've got your musical stamp as well, that musical score, and you've got your lovely stamps with your leaves and your olives on. This is absolutely sensational. It really, really is, and it's a half-price deal. I won't think too long about this. It is a 24-hour deal, but we're approaching a third of the stock gone in the first hour. We've got another hour, 8 o'clock tonight. There'll be another hour, 8 in the morning, 12 midday and 4 p.m. if we have the stock. But my goodness, whether you're buying this for yourself or whether you're dividing this up and having different gifts for different members of the family, or maybe you know, friends, for example, what a great way to get all your Christmas presents, because you can divide this up, but you can also use this together. £41.78, that is a half price deal, and it's an absolutely fantastic one too. 267753. You can of course divide that cost, and anything else that you add into your basket is also divisible into 2 payments. Let's head back to Lou.
Well, we've got these papers here, and I love these because you could add your music script on top of this. You could add like the ledgers that are in the book. There's just so many little things, but I wanted to show you a little trick that I found. I almost find it really heartbreaking to do it because it's using papers, but you've got to use them. And I just thought, I like making little tiny envelopes for my journals, because even though most of the journals have got like a Polly Pocket, and if they haven't, I like, if I've got tickets or anything that I've collected as I've gone along on a special day or whatever, then I need somewhere to put them. So if you just get one of the 8x8s and make a tiny envelope like that, you can now make that all fit. And you can do them any way you want. And if you think about the gusset there, make it a bigger gusset, you can sort of double it up. Yeah, how quick and simple is that?
Can you just fold that out again, Lou? I want to follow you doing that. So, regular piece of 8x8.
Yeah, and you can get your ruler out and all that. I don't bother.
So just the corner?
Yeah, you just fold that one in.
Yeah.
It's past half, you could cut just over half.
Yeah.
And then you just half again.
Okay.
And then decide on where you want it. So I've obviously, like, that's different, but it's just out there. But whichever way you do it, it'll still be square.
And it'll still make that little pot. Isn't that brilliant?
Yeah. So it's either or, but you could do it. Try and make sure. I mean, the easiest thing to do, really, is if you've got a square to start with, is fold around your square.
Yeah, or draw around it, like do a little template.
Absolutely, and just stick to one. I mean, if you've got that and you've got a thinner paper, you can just roll it to the edge of that.
Yeah, you could do.
But these are great because what you can do then is have, say, a bit of the paper or anything you've got. So if you've got, and this isn't waste, believe me, it isn't. What I would do then is perhaps get my brush and a bit of the glue that I've got left, and if this was going to be a major sort of thing in my sketchbook, then I'd want sort of it to look nice inside and out. Yeah. So I'm just going to pop that on there. Again, from the middle outwards, just chop it off from that way as I've done the other. And to me, when I just show you how easy, I mean, you've got lots of scoreboards and things that do these envelopes, don't get me wrong, and that's brilliant and you can use them. But I just wanted to say how quick and easy. Now, you don't need to look at that bit, do you? Just fold it up. And I just wanted to show...
look at that. Oh, Lou, that is amazing. So, just look at that. Very quickly, very easy. It's like a pitter pocket.
It is. And I've done I mean, it needs cutting there, but I've done actually nothing sort of outlandish or anything, but they look great on your journals. Now, if you make them long and thin, they'll work great on them. The smaller ones look brilliant on these. This isn't small enough. I'd have to fold it a little bit more. But if you think that they just fit as a little pockets here, fold them over.
Yeah.
And then you've got your journal page and then all your little pockets in here, and it's just great. You can even just glue the back and then have it open out like a secret letter.
Oh, do you know what? That'll be fabulous.
Do you remember I used to do that? We used to do those fingers. Don't do one of them with them. But
I love that. Like, meet me round the back of the...
Yeah, you smell. That's what I used to get. You stink, you
stink. You don't. For the record, you don't.
I've had a bath.
Have you?
I've had a bath.
I've not had a bath for 5 years.
Have you not? No. I'm not. Do you know 15 it is now?
Yeah, I don't bathe anymore.
No, I have accidents getting in and out of bath, me. So.
Oh, Lou, you're back at 8 o'clock tonight.
You're joking me.
Yeah, that whole hour has gone past.
Have you ever had that where
really
you think,
quickly.
what's happened?
I know, she's subconscious, you see. You were subconsciously demonstrating. But we will be back at 8 o'clock with your one-day special. Your one-day special, very, very busy. You've got 2 payments of £20 and 89 pence, and you're getting a whole lot for your money. You really, really are, and what a fantastic deal it is. If you choose to pay £41.78 in one sitting, it's entirely up to you. Freedom members, you can become a Freedom member here at the craft store. It's £7.97 a month. You don't pay any P&P. You get great discounts as well. If you want to do that, 888 your basket. You become a member today. Your membership will start today, so it's not like, oh, I'm joining today and I'm halfway through the month. Your membership will start today, so it's an exciting way to join the Freedom experience. Right, your happy hour deal, it's going to end in 4.5 minutes. 40% of the stock has gone. Yeah, get this quickly. It's a fabulous journal that you won't ever lose because you've got that great binder to it. Open it up, the hook and eye, and then you've got your white card, you've got your craft card, and you've got your black card in there as well. Absolutely fantastic. And you can also have that like a little satchel as well. So go for that. That's your happy hour deal. It's only £12.99. Great to get a couple of those maybe for Christmas gifts, and what a great joy it is to decorate as well. Yeah, because it's got that hardcover. 204937 is your item number. Lou, thank you so much.
Thank you as always. Great pleasure to be here with you.
See you at 8 o'clock.
Are we together again?
We are indeedy doody.
Brilliant.
And we've got a brand new happy hour deal as well, which is rather exciting as well. Excellent. I do believe, from what I've heard. Do check out your baskets. Make sure you get what you want. If anything stays in your baskets for 10 minutes or more, someone else might come along and get it, and you don't want that to happen. Go and grab yourself a cup of tea, though, a cup of coffee, a slice of cake or a sarnie, and come back with us because we've got a brilliant happy hour coming up next.